Hey guys, over 2 days I tackled a full fall garden reset. The peonies had mildew, the clematis was done for the season, and a few plants had simply reached the end of their life. So it was time to clear things out, cut back what's finished, and start prepping the beds for garlic planting. It's a satisfying kind of garden work that feels like a fresh start. For day one, I started in the back garden beds with the peonies. Most of the leaves were covered in mildew, so they needed to be cut right back. While cleaning, I came across the first dahlia bloom of the season, guys, a bright reminder that the garden still has a little life left as fall sets in. Next, I moved over to the clematis. I have 2 clematis plants in my garden. This one is a beautiful purplish blue clematis, and the other one I have is a Proven Winners pink clematis. I believe the name is Viva Polonia. Both of these vines were finished for the season, so I cut them back and cleaned up around the base. They'll rest over winter and return strong next spring. It's one of the easiest plants you can grow in your garden as long as you have the space. Once the clematis vines were cleared, I drained and cleaned out the fountain. By this time of year, it's always covered in a thin layer of algae and leaves, and it's best just to empty it before the frost arrives. Behind the fountain, the echinacea I started from seed a few years ago has mostly faded, but I noticed some bloom heads just starting to emerge. Now, I've been harvesting some of the leaves and flowers throughout the entire season for my tea cabinet, so it's always rewarding to see them continue to grow. I cut most of the stems down, leaving a few seed heads for the birds to enjoy. To close up the back garden, I'm just going to quickly tidy up these roses, just a light trim to remove any spent blooms and shape the plants for fall. With the back garden now clean, it's time to put back this fountain and move on to the raised beds. Before calling it a day, I did stop by one of my tomato plants to do a quick harvest. This plant is slowly fading and I need to do a big harvest before frost so that my green tomatoes can cure inside. So today what we're going to be doing is we're going to continue with our fall garden reset, and we're going to be removing all of the plants in the last 2 beds in this row, and we're going to be prepping it with soil, topping it up and getting it ready so that we can plant garlic in our next video. I am so excited. Now today is October the 10th and it's officially my last frost day, and you can see that it's sunny, it's beautiful, it's warm, it's the perfect weather. But yesterday we were almost near frost. We were at 3 degrees in the garden. I was so cold. I was wearing my winter hat, my winter jacket, and there was even a frost advisory by the Weather Network. So let's hop back to it, get this garden done, and then we can finally plant some garlic. We need to do a harvest before we clear these beds, starting off with these hot pepper plants. Now, I did not have success with growing hot or sweet peppers. My summer garden was a bit of a flop except for these tomatoes. This one is sunrise sauce and did really well for me this year, but it's time to remove it and get rid of the other plants in this bed. You know what we're gonna do, guys? I was just thinking of this. This plant is looking so good. I think what I'm gonna do is divide it, clean it really, really well, and plant it indoors. What do you think? Okay guys, this bed is finally done and it looks so much better. I'm just gonna put this back on the beds so I don't step over it. And then we're gonna move over to this bed, remove the green onions here, the pepper plants, the basil. We also have some marigolds. This is the Sparsky mixed marigold, and we also have a parsley plant here. Man, I stuffed these beds. So we're gonna get rid of all of this, remove the irrigation, dig up the bed, and then get the soil on top. I just harvested this Sparsky mixed marigold, and what I'm going to do before I get rid of it, I'm going to remove the seed pods and I'm going to keep those, and then when I'm ready I'm just going to harvest the seeds. If you actually open a dry marigold head, you'll see that inside these are all seeds. Look at that. Look how many seeds you can get from one pod. Guys, this looks so good. We removed everything from these two beds, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and top this one up with soil. I may top that one up with soil just a bit, but this is the one I'm going to be focusing on because we're going to be planting the garlic here. So let's go grab that soil, top up this bed, and then we'll be done. Okay, so yesterday I went to my local garden center, Rona, and picked up 3 bags of Pro Mix potting mix. I use the organic herb and vegetable mix in my garden, and all 3 of the raised beds I built this year were filled with the Pro Mix organic herb and vegetable mix. So it's going to be something that's already been in these beds. When we plant the garlic, we're going to amend the beds with some worm castings and some granular fertilizer, but for now we're just going to fill it with soil, and that's it for now. Guys, I cannot believe we are finally done cleaning these beds and doing a full garden reset. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one when we plant some garlic. Bye.